Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have your two favorite people on, Roman and me.
What?
I'm kidding.
Yo, what?
Roman and Fran are joining us today. Thanks. I planned that out yesterday. I was like, maybe.
Good one. That caught me
It
off.
was good. Yeah, he's like,
I was like, okay, good for you.
anyways, yeah. So we have Roman and Fran on the pod. It's been a while since Fran's been on.
And Rome, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
What, like 2 months?
Yeah, like a couple months.
I think the last time we were on, like we were together as well.
No, it was just you.
Oh.
Anyways, what's up?
You know, living life.
How's your week been?
Got a muggy couple days, Friday and today. Been
Yeah.
kind of shitty, I'm not
Has
going to
been
lie.
shitty.
Do you guys have any weekly updates? Anything funny or like any stories that have happened that you want to share?
That submarine story is kind of crazy.
That is
That's
crazy.
going
I was
on.
so
by
invested.
the time this comes out, it'll probably be irrelevant, but we should maybe say our thoughts on
It
it.
seems like an inside job to me. Like someone just wanted to kill a bunch of billionaires.
Yeah, or something.
Maybe the wives came together and they're like, we need this money now.
Someone's controlling like a PS4 controller or something.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like
I really just think they were negligent. Like it was just.
But the guy like the CEO was openly saying like, yeah, like fuck the rules. Like we're not going to do it the way everyone else does it.
Mhm.
Like that's why he made it out of like carbon fiber, which is like known to like whatever warp under
Under
all this
pressure.
pressure.
Yeah.
They said it wouldn't last more than a couple of dives. And they're like, okay, fuck it. Just go again.
Crazy. Yeah.
That is so scary.
I
to
was
me.
so invested in
It
that.
seems like a literal inside job.
Or like ticking. That was just a ticking time. Like it was meant, if it wasn't going to be this time, it would have been the next time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
I don't think you should ever fuck with the ocean. I don't think that's one place that humankind should not explore is the ocean.
Like, why
Like
do
it's
you,
its own life. I
why
don't
do
know how
you
to
need
explain
to
it.
see the Titanic?
But it goes the same for space, right? Like, why don't you want to, like, you want to
Yeah, but-
see what you can't see. Like, you're
But
intrigued by
these
it.
people are specifically doing these expeditions for the Titanic, like to see the wreckage. Like, who the
Well, think
like,
about how big that is. Like something that like sank over 100 years ago is literally upright at the bottom of the ocean. Like it's definitely cool, but like,
sank.
but
Like,
just
the amount of
Google
bodies
things.
that might be in there, like, there's probably like bodies in there, like
Yeah.
old, like it's history under there, right? Like, people are probably like dying to see that shit.
and you can't get that in a museum. It's not like they can like lift it up because
Okay,
the
but just-
second you lift it up, it's deteriorating.
But I just feel like Google the pictures. You know what I mean? Why do
But
you need
there's
to?
no pictures of
No,
it.
there
I don't
is.
see it.
There are
is?
other underwater like excursions. There's
But not
videos.
There's
of,
like submarines that have gone down there without people in them, like camera submarines
Yeah,
or
like
whatever.
the robots or
yeah, that have
The drones.
captured imagery of it.
I heard like them finding the Titanic was like a side job. Like they like originally in like the 60s, 80s, whenever they
I
found
read
it.
about it.
They said that they were going down there just to find that, but secretly they went to find like 2 US nuclear subs that have sank like during the war.
Yeah.
They didn't want the Soviets to know. They went and found like the nuclear ships and went on a fucking side quest. They're like, yo, we
Yeah, I read
got the
about that. He
Titanic.
was following debris. It was like random debris, and he was following it until he saw the ship. Can you imagine? You're like,
That's
holy
crazy.
shit! And
Yeah.
it's just there in front of you.
But isn't it off the coast of Canada?
Yeah, Newfoundland,
Yeah, Newfoundland.
which is crazy. I don't
That
know.
is kind of crazy, yeah.
Just interesting. A lot of history there, but I just don't think we should be touching the ocean.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a dark spot of history
Yeah.
though. It's like, why do we even want to like be reminded of this shit? Like 1,500 people fucking died there.
Yeah,
like,
let's go
yo,
see
let's
it.
go
That's
fucking see it.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, why do you even want to see that? Like, just let the people be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, but the memes are so funny.
no,
It's
Sin.
bad.
It's bad.
That's bad. Sorry.
But like, yo, and like the other
It's
thing
bad.
too,
It
like
is.
on
Some of
another
them are
touchy
funny, though.
subject, but like Ground Zero, it's like
What's Ground Zero?
like
The
the
alien.
Area
No.
51 or whatever?
no,
Oh,
like
no, that's
Oh,
9/11.
my god!
9/11, like,
duh.
yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
yeah,
Ground
no,
Zero.
like the Twin Towers,
Sorry.
like you know what I
Same
mean?
thing.
It's like,
Sorry.
why the fuck do people want to see a hole in the ground where buildings used to be?
Yeah.
It's like the same kind
That's
of.
history. That's
wait,
why.
but the Ground Zero we went, it's more of like a memorial. Like all the people. Have you been?
Yeah.
So
Or
all
you
the
mean like the museum part of it?
yeah. What are you talking about?
Like just the fucking hole in the ground.
I don't know
It
if
used
that's
to
what we.
be.
No, well, when we went, it was a hole, but like there was like I don't know, something around it, and it had every single person's name that died.
Okay.
So it was like a oh my god, like a memorial
Yeah,
type
true.
of thing.
Like a graveyard almost.
yeah,
Like,
so I feel like
also, right?
I
Like,
get
it's
what you're
like
saying, but also at least that one has like
things to see.
yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
know, like the Titanic.
I think people go down to the Titanic because they think they're gonna find valuables there still. Like
They definitely could. Like on a
Yeah.
corpse, like $1 million bracelet.
But I
or something,
think there's
like, solid
I read there's
diamond.
like an act that like you can't touch anything from it, or if you do, it belongs to
How are they gonna know though? You're fucking.
the ocean's
Thousands feet
actually. I
underwater.
didn't know until I started reading about shit. Like it's actually monitored by like the Navy, or it's like it's monitored. Like people know when you're down in those like
100%.
in that area in that depth of like water. It's like, why are you?
That's like the whole purpose of the Navy. Like they're just military on water.
Yeah.
Like, that all they do is like go
Surround that
overseas,
area.
the borders, drug patrol, and all that shit. Like all of that. Yeah.
Something else that's fucked. A wife of someone who was on that sub that just blew up. Her parents or grandparents were killed on the Titanic.
I saw that,
which is like,
and now
saw
like your
that.
husband died going to see the
The
Titanic.
worst, the
Yeah.
worst, like memes. I know these are really bad, but like that are also kind of true. Is they're like people wanted the Titanic experience and they got the Titanic
Yeah, that's
experience.
pretty
I know it's
fucked.
really fucked, but like you know what I mean.
That is
It was like the
that is
Atlantic
fucked.
Ocean was like, say less. Here you go.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Like-
why I don't think you should fuck with it. And then I looked at like I was in like that video where it's like depths of the water and it shows like a human and then it shows like where the whale swims and then like where Mount Everest would go, and that's not even the bottom of the ocean. Like
Nor
Mariana's
close.
Trench is like,
It's like
And then-
9,000 feet or something.
but someone's been there.
Challengers Deep is like the lowest.
But
That's like
Titanic director went there.
James Cameron.
Yeah,
Even he's only the second lowest. Someone else like
went lower.
like 10 years before him went like 500 feet lower or something.
This
Wow.
submarine
Oh,
probably
wow.
would have survived if they actually did it the right way. If they like used the right material and stuff. The only
Yeah.
reason why it imploded was because, like you
Yeah.
said, it was basically
You
made
need
of
to be,
fucking
like,
tin.
But in
prepared.
that, in that sense, it's like this guy is openly like on like news being like, yo, like fuck the rules. Like I'm
There's
not
no
gonna
one-
fall. And like no one's like, okay, hold on here.
No, there
He's
was.
He's
There
about
was-
to send them 13,000 feet
Yeah,
down. Like maybe we should do something
Maybe
about
we should
this.
like.
There was a whistleblower and the company saying like, don't do it, and then he got fired.
Mhm.
So I mean, anyways, it's really sad, but I just think everyone's been talking about it.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a good like.
Learning lesson, but like we lost 5 people because of it.
Yeah,
You know? It's like,
like-
fuck.
Yeah. Weekly updates. Me and Fran went to Yomi. What's it called?
No me izakayo.
It's our new favorite restaurant. If you guys live in Toronto, you got to try it. Our favorite place recently is Yonge and Shepherd. Is it Yonge and Shepherd?
Yeah, it's like where I work. It's the best. It feels like a mini downtown
With
that's
less
not
people,
downtown.
Yeah,
less
way less
people,
busy.
and less expensive, I feel. And there's like
Ish, yeah.
hole in the walls, like really good hole in the walls.
Nome was sick, and like the first time we went, it was like whatever, like a normal dinner
Yeah.
night. Last night there was a
No,
DJ.
it was my
just-
birthday dinner.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Very, very
Wow.
spectacular. But like, I mean, like last night there was like you needed a rezo. There was
Yeah,
a DJ
yeah.
and shit bumping EDM. Like it was like
Really?
Yeah, it was
fire.
really
It was
good
actually, like,
music.
pretty
Let's
sick.
go.
We should go. We got oysters. We got the beef pork belly.
Fried pork
Oh my
belly?
god, so good.
Oh, so
Fried
good.
pork
so
belly. We
good.
got gyoza. It's called gyoza.
Gyoza or whatever.
Gyoza,
the
cheesy
dumplings, right?
gyoza.
Yeah.
Those fried
But
dumplings.
Rome, like
shrimp
dipped
and-
in like cheese. It was like
Oh,
so good.
And then
Dude,
the
that sounds-
Calamari.
make me hungry,
double
Sam.
lobster sushi,
You
which
got
was
lobster
fire.
sushi, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
really hungry,
oysters.
guys.
I got oysters. Really,
Okay.
really good. What else happened this week? Oh, we want to watch Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah.
What?
Silence of the Lamb, which is supposed to be like a really good movie.
Yeah, Hannibal
heard-
Lecter. It's like a top 10 movie
Have you
of like
watched
all
it?
time. Yeah,
No.
long
Is it-
time ago.
Is it good?
Really good.
Is it scary?
It's not scary like pop up. It's like scary like thriller scary. Like he's an
Eerie.
eerie guy. Like he's a very
I'm
like
so down.
haunted soul. Like it's very like cool to watch.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good movie. It's like a top 10. It's probably like the best top 3 horror movie, like thriller movie. For
I feel like I haven't watched any blockbuster. Like I'm not a blockbuster
OG?
movie. Yeah, like when I look up like best movies of all time, I've like not watched any of those.
Can I
like
actually?
Shawshank Redemption. Have you watched that?
No,
Have you watched The Green Mile?
no.
Like these are all classics you need to watch.
Can
I've
I?
watched
Can I
100%.
say something about that?
Shutter Island.
I am someone who like when I say I want to watch a movie, like okay, I think there's two people in this world. There's people who are like, let's watch a good movie, and it's movies like that, or like war movies, or like space movies and shit like that. Or there's people like me and maybe Fran who are like, we'll put on like Employee of the Month or fucking just go
Yeah.
with it. Or like
Like a
those are good
Adam
movies to
Sandler
us.
movie.
Yeah, that's like a good
And
movie. to me.
and this is where me and him struggle is that like he'll be like,
Every day.
let's watch a sick ass movie. I'm like, yeah. He's like Interstellar. I'm like, no. He's like Shawshank. I'm like, no. He's like Green Mile. Nah. What else was the other one the other night?
Inception. Like I'm
Inception.
listing all these crazy
No.
A-lister
Sam would be
movies.
like, hey, how about 27 Dresses?
Yeah. And then
Catherine Heigl.
I'm like, how about 27 Dresses? Or like, how about just go with it for the 20th time? Because can I tell you why? I get anxiety when I watch movies like that because like I don't know what it is. It's almost like too serious for me. Like I
if
don't
it
want.
makes you feel a certain way,
That's
isn't
like
that
the-
that's a good movie, no? Like
Yeah, but I just don't like the feeling of being sad, anxious, or scared when I'm watching a movie because I'm
Get
sad.
all that in the
I get sad, anxious, and scared in real life. So I want to watch movies that make me happy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
that's true. It's true. I
But
guess.
he's opposite. He gets cheese as fuck.
I also feel like
Jesus.
like the top movies of all time. Like I don't trust critics sometimes. I feel like it's just like a fat racist white man like twirling his fucking mustache. Like, he has like the weirdest standards.
Yeah.
What's everyone's favorite movie?
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Employee of the
I don't
month.
really know.
Why? You have weekly updates?
No.
Okay.
And it's a
After this, get into it. Okay, your favorite movie?
Why'd you like?
movie series is like, this is gonna suck to say because of like how it is now, but like Fast and the Furious, like the first like 4.
Even 5 was pretty good.
Even
like,
5. Is 5 Brazil?
5 was the one where they had that like popular song that blew up.
Oh, Danza Kuduro.
Danza Kuduro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
was
case.
the one.
So up to 5, and then it's like fucking now he's in space and like all weird shit's going. Like they clearly fucking
The last
ran this.
one.
Yeah, they clearly
He's
ran this
driving
fucking
in
series
space.
drive. But like before that, like I remember like staying home in elementary school and only watching like Too Fast, Too Furious or The Fast and the Furious. I knew like every line. Like I would
Tokyo
sit there with my
Drift,
brother and just
Aldiola.
like word out like everything that was happening. He's like, dude, like shut. You're so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But like it's my favorite.
That's your favorite of all time.
Probably.
How
I'm
about
not
your
gonna
bro?
lie.
Okay. I'd say like I would watch that movie. Like that movie, wouldn't- like I'm okay.
I'd be like, see, that's also a good movie. I'd be down to watch. Like rewatch
I'm down for
classics
that
like
because
I love
it's
that.
I'm down for that one because it's like not like there's nothing like scary or
There's
sad.
comedy in it too
Yeah,
at certain
like,
points. It's
Exactly.
like a
And the
mix.
actors make me feel good in that movie. I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
My favorite, like, I don't know. My favorite movie would probably be either Inception or Interstellar. Like they're just both
Oh
Those are,
my
like,
God.
incredible. movies.
incredible.
I
You have to
hate
watch it
Interstellar.
twice to understand it. Like it's just good all around. The ending leaves you like, what the fuck happened? Like you get to go, like I don't know. It's just a well crafted movie. The
I
directing
hate
was good.
Interstellar.
I don't know what mine is. Employee of the month or like We're the Millers. I don't know. But I did like Parasite. That was like
That was
That was
sick.
good. That was good. That
That
was
was
good.
See,
sick.
like that would be on my list of like a good movie.
That was a good
it
movie.
wasn't just like a comedy movie or like just a feel good rom com. Like
Yeah.
it has a storyline. Someone creative like came up with it. You
Yeah.
know,
It
like,
ends off with a somewhat cliffhanger, which I
yeah,
like too.
yeah, I like that shit. It makes you like, I don't know. It's intriguing, right? It's not just like you turn it on and you're on your phone laughing at some shit, you know, like
yeah, that's so true.
it's a good movie. You'd watch it in a theater, like, and be hype about it. Like,
yeah.
And like side note, like that took us like 4 times to watch.
Yeah.
And usually that deters us when we like watch 5 minutes, like turn it
Yeah.
off, come back a week. 10
exactly.
minutes. It took us like 4, and it ended up being like one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, I know.
You
What was it when we watched about that weird ritual? It was like a ritual and people started dying randomly. Oh my God.
I feel like I know this movie.
Oh, the like the Asian one?
No, it wasn't Asian. It was they're all like a retreat.
They're on a farm, right?
Yes,
Oh,
a retreat.
Midsummer Day.
Summer Day.
Yeah,
Midsummer
Summer
Day.
Day. That was also really good.
Yeah, that
movie.
was it.
never
We didn't
seen
finish
that.
it.
We did finish
Me
it.
and Boots watched it
Oh, I fell
randomly
asleep.
one night till like 4 a.m.
How about you?
I've never
What's
seen
yours?
that. I don't really have one. Like I don't know.
That's
You know
why
what-
I
you
try to
know-
open your horizons with these movies. I'm
you know
telling
what's-
you.
You know
would
what
like them.
series I like? I liked American Horror Story. Like I used to
Yeah.
like now they're like too much, but like the old ones, I don't know if you've ever watched them.
I didn't until they came on like Disney. That's when I started.
I feel like you would
yeah.
like it. Like the early ones are like they're fucked up.
Okay.
You would,
Like-
some of them are, yeah, there were that
No-
pig one on the farm.
Oh my God, some of
Roanoke,
them you're
I think
just
it's
like-
called. That's a
Is it based on true?
No,
Okay, that's
No,
still pretty
it's not.
sick.
it's not. But actually, one of them is. There's one American Horror Story hotel, and it's about this like hotel in LA
Mhm.
called. What's it called? There's a documentary on it too, where like the Asian girl goes missing, and they find her in the well. You guys definitely seen the documentary.
Oh, it's a haunted hotel. Is it a haunted hotel?
Yeah, in LA.
Oh, and it's like on the roof.
Yes, and she
Yeah,
got
yeah,
found,
yeah.
and it's like
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of near Skid Row.
yeah.
It's
okay.
in Skid Row. It's in Skid Row.
Yeah, I think
currently.
it
Yeah,
is.
I can't remember the name of that hotel, but,
But
it's like
one of
fucking-
the series is based off that hotel, and it's
Okay.
it's
That's
so
where that guy
good.
stayed. That killed his cat as well. You remember that I killed my
The cat killer?
The cat
No, he
killer
didn't.
documentary?
I don't
that
think he
guy
did.
stayed there. Yeah.
No, he
a
didn't.
lot of
from
people
Toronto?
He was
stayed
from
there.
Toronto.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he lived in Etobicoke.
Dude, someone else stayed there. Like there was a lot of like criminals that stayed there because like there was no security. It was like
yeah.
drug dealers and prostitutes and criminals and shit.
That was sketchy.
It was-
that thing though, like you're like that girl.
Yeah, that was
like
sketchy
she was
as
the
fuck.
last video of her is like wigging out in the
I
elevator.
think
like,
I think she
checking
did
out.
drugs personally.
Yeah.
Like You know those documentaries that like are trying too hard to make it seem like something happened?
Else
That
happened.
It's just like, yeah, she was just like,
I really,
She was just on
They
crystal
made-
meth in the elevator.
they made it seem like she was just this like really studious girl that came and she would never do drugs or anything like that. So obviously someone murdered her, but it's like, I think maybe her parents didn't think she would ever do crystal meth and she probably found it somewhere in LA. And
who
like,
knows? Maybe she was going crazy because someone was following her. Like,
or
you know.
that, yeah, but I don't know. I
wanna,
think
like-
it's a big possibility that she,
It's a big if. It's a big if.
big if. All right.
Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about life transitioning, not in like
What?
a sexual or gender way,
Oh,
but just
I was
like
like-
in, like when you have maybe a shift in your life when it comes to like job or like when you have, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a big like life switch. And I feel like Fran's a good person to have on today because like he just recently went through it. And I kind of want to pick his brain a little bit because it might help people out there like who maybe feel stuck or like they don't know what to do or like they feel like in this weird space, how to kind of maybe navigate through it. So if you want to touch upon maybe like your, so do you want me to say it or do you want you to say it?
Do what?
Okay,
You
so
gonna
you
talk
were-
about my life?
Well-
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, so Fran was like, so for example, like you're, how old are you, 27?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're expected to at 27 kind of, sorry, like you're expected at 27 to kind of know what you're doing, like by then kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
you're supposed to be having a job for a while. You're supposed to have all this money saved up. You're supposed to be whatever you're doing, living for your future. But I feel like you went through a huge like transitional phase where like at one point you weren't, I don't want to say in a rude way, but you weren't doing anything. Like, you know what I mean? To kind of work towards that. So when you weren't in the phase of doing anything, people were telling you, just get this job, just get that job, just be a freaking assistant, just do part-time. And you're like, no, I
Not
don't want to
doing that
fucking do
shit.
that until I
You wanna-
find something that I
Yeah,
love
like
to
I'm already,
do.
because like in my eyes, I was like, I'm already unhappy. Now I'm gonna do work that I don't want to do, which would make me even more unhappy. It's like, what the fuck is the point of that? And also, like, I'm at a point in my life where like I need to start like narrowing down the scope of like what I want to do. Like, if I want to be in the field of security, cybersecurity, and then I'm someone's fucking administrative assistant, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get 2 years of experience as an admin assistant, and then now want to transition back to like what I want to do. It's like,
What's the point? Yeah.
doesn't really translate.
So I
you
guess
know?
my question is, what's your advice to people who maybe are in that like space of, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life, and I'm getting people telling me what to do, but like I don't, like I just want to figure it out myself, but kind of motivating them to just do what they want to do without listening to outsiders. Because you had a lot of people in your ear that, even me, like I was sending you jobs and you're like, stop sending me jobs.
all the time.
And
like
I
even
thought
my
that
family, I was like, dude, you guys got to stop.
And I thought I was helping you because I was like, I don't want to say like, you know, like, oh, get a job. But I was like, you know what? Oh, like, let's get you started. Let's get you going. But what made you be like, I'm going to do this my way and not want to listen to anybody? And then you end up getting a job that you actually really love. It's like your dream job.
Like, think about it, like even like metaphorically, like you're at a low point in your life, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe even one of the lowest. Like think about it like being stuck in a ditch, per se. Like when you're stuck in a ditch, you don't just fucking like claw your way out of it quickly. You're gonna like inevitably like fall back in. Shit might fall down on you, like whatever. You need to like take a minute, make a plan. So like, I know it's uncomfortable, but sometimes when you're in the lowest point of your life, or like one of those lowest points in your life, you need to like really sit with it. Like you need to like allow yourself to feel what you feel and not just like ignore shit, you know? Like I found that in that time period, I figured out a lot of shit that I did and didn't like. Things that made me happy in my life, things that I knew would better me, would be worse for me. Like in that time period, like a lot changed, and I didn't change it all like overnight. I feel like if I made all the changes that I ended up making all like one time, like it would have been one of those scenarios where you just fall back into the ditch, you know? Like,
it's a good metaphor.
like I ended up quitting weed, which then changed the way I ate, you know what I mean? And then like slowly like worked in all these changes like over time. And
which made you make a better decision, right?
Like at the end of it, you know what I mean? Versus like, you know, I'm high all the time, just fucking mugging out at home. Like I'm not just going to make the best decision for my life in that state. I was like, you know what? One step at a time, quit out that. Started like losing weight, eating better. And then it was like, okay, like now I'm in the space of let me look for like what I want to do.
Yeah.
Versus like,
way of looking at it.
versus like, dude, when I was in that shit space, like I was applying for fucking, you would know, like 50 jobs a day.
Yeah.
Like literally like 50 jobs
It was
a day.
like autopilot.
Hear back from like one person and like the job was like, you know, like support line for fucking Rogers at home, like some weird ass shit. I'm like, wait, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Sitting in these interviews, like not even knowing what the fuck I'm interviewing for, you know what I mean? Versus like when I applied for this job at like GG, like that was one of like 3 jobs I had applied for at that time. You know what I mean? Like it was already a huge narrow scope. And like inevitably, like just the way life works, like it happens, like it ends up working out that way when you're not like forcing it and you kind of know what you want to do type thing. You know what I mean?
You have more like tunnel vision towards like something you really want to do.
Yeah.
Like you've narrowed it down.
And even like I didn't have the experience I needed for this job, but like I took the time to like figure out like things I've done in my life that are kind of like relatable. Like, and yeah, like the way I ended up doing it was talking about cheating in Warzone, like, which is kind of funny. You know what I mean? I'm like, to be honest, like I've cheated in games before, maybe not like gambling wise, but like in video games and like the online world, I know shit, you know, like I've done that stuff. I know like what happens with your computer, yada, yada. And this ended up working out, you know what I mean? And then even when I started working here, like I knew I wanted to lose weight and like start at the gym. I didn't do that right away either. Yeah. You know what I mean? I waited a month, got used to my job and my work. And then I started doing that at lunch. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like all one step at a time. Whereas I feel like if I took on like 2 or 3 or 4 of these things all at once, would it just fall back in the hole? Like you wouldn't make the progress you want to make.
I think,
there you go.
I was gonna say, I have 2 things to say that. Firstly, I think that that's commendable because you didn't just act on like your emotions, because you could have been like, fuck, I feel like shit right now. Like and like have a sense of anxiety because of other people in your area being like, you need to do whatever. You could have been like, I need to do this right now and I need to do it now and here we go. You know what I mean? Like you took the time to like actually logically think about next steps. And I think that that's why everything like worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people like act in the moment on what they're feeling. And then that's not like long-term thinking, you know, that's like really short-term thinking. And then you get to that point in the short term, you're like, now what?
Yeah.
You know? And also I feel like I can kind of relate to that a bit only because like, you know how I quit my job? Like I quit my job at one point. You obviously know, but when was it?
Like 5 months ago, probably 6 months ago.
In like March or something. And like everyone was telling me like, why would you quit that job? And like, I didn't have a backup plan, but like I knew in that moment I felt really low. Just because you have a job doesn't mean that you're going to feel better. And that kind of relates to what you said about like, if you took like an admin job or whatever, and even if it was a good paying job, like how is that going to make you feel better, you know? So
you'll have some money, but like,
getting paid $100K a year, but you hate your life.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how I felt. That's literally how I felt. And I felt so fucking mentally drained and low. Like I would literally go in the bathroom stall and cry. And it wasn't because of the people there or like they were all great. It was just because like it's how I felt. So it's like, you know what? Like long-term thinking, I can't just stay here and apply to a bunch of different jobs like you were saying and like hope something works out. You just gotta take a risk and like think about what you want for the long term. So like I kind of like that's commendable.
And even like think about it too, like you're making $100K, but you're like mentally in shambles. Like you're inevitably gonna make worse choices with your money, your life,
with the rest of your life.
Like,
exactly.
Versus you make a little bit less, but you're happy and you're like, okay, wait, no, like let's plan this out. Let's budget here. Let's do this, do that. Like, you know,
and not to get all witchy, but like I actually think like things work out the way that they're supposed to. Like you got something that is 10 times better than probably any of the jobs that you applied for before. You know what I mean? And like you're way happier. And in turn, that's like changing other aspects of your life too.
Like you're snowballing other things that like you want in your life as well. Like it's good. It's like keeping a good momentum.
But I think like that comes from like how we used to talk about like setting intentions and like actually following through with them. Like the universe rewards you back. I know that sounds like whatever, but
it's
like
also
you obviously
just focusing on one thing at a time. And I feel like nowadays people want to fucking fix their life in the snap of a finger.
Yeah, and
like,
what is fixing? Like, because a lot of people come into that point of their life where they're like, yo, like I need to figure it out. But like, what does that look like exactly? It's like an intimidating picture because that's like 10 things. That's not just like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking start waking up at 6 and my life is gonna be. It's
and
like
that's how I used to think. Like, and it's different for me. Like, I've had a job for like a year now, but like I don't want to say down bad, but I was in that state of like lowness even when having a job. And the one thing that I did was sounds so like weird, but like clean my space was like the one thing that I did to like start. Like my room, clean my room. My car is finally like, you gotta clean your car. Like where you are affects your state of mind. If you go into a messy car every day and you're just throwing shit in your car, like
then your room is gonna be messy.
Yeah, it just resembles like how you. So my room's clean. My car is like the cleanest it's ever been. Bro, if you came into my car, you'd be like, holy shit, the cleanest it's been. Got some cracks and like the cup holder needs to be done, but like. Just starting off small with like little goals. Like, even it's like, okay, I'm gonna clean my room or make sure like my laundry is like done or making my bed every morning. That's like one thing.
I also think though it's worth noting that like you shouldn't let your job define you. Like the job like shouldn't I know a lot of people say like when they're changing their life, it's like about changing a job or finding a new job. But like, I think that like, for me at least, like once I separated my identity from whatever job I had, like I started actually being happier with what I was doing. Does that make sense? Or is that like, you know?
Like,
So.
in video game terms, like it's just a side quest. Like your job is just like, should be a side quest, not your main.
Yeah. And it should be able to easily like flow with your life. And yours makes sense. Like, you know what I mean too? Because like you're, like you said, like the whole video game and like your actual personal experience with like the online community and like all that stuff, like directly funnels into what you do. So it just like flows. Same with you, kind of. You've always been into like pets and like animals and like
it's like
just,
a branch of what you already enjoy.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, and I think the same for like all of us. So, I mean, yeah.
I think it just comes down to like not. I think the main thing for me is like, when you have people in your ear, for me, it can affect me really easily because I'm like, frick, like all these people like feel this. I'm trying not to swear as much. All these people like think this way about me or like talking behind my back. I'm sure you felt that way too. Like, oh my God, all these people are like trying to like.
100%. And like,
how did you navigate that though?
It was like I needed to like, I don't know. I needed to like break it down and like, why do you guys feel the need to keep sending me fucking job postings of like random shit? You know what I mean? Like, that was like, and I needed to like think about it and then like actually talk to you guys and be like, yo, like I need you guys to stop doing this. Like, it's not helping me. I see the same 25 postings that you see. Like, I've already seen them and you guys are sending them to me again. It's like, what do you think of me? That I'm just like a bum? Like I don't do anything? Like it inevitably just makes me feel worse. And like people will only make change in their lives when they want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's 100%. Like seeing someone in a fucking bad relationship. Everyone sees it. They're like, yo, like, what the fuck are you doing? Sorry for swearing again.
No, it's fine.
But like, what are you doing? And then in the moment, the person's like in this, like their own bubble and they're like, yo, but I love, you make excuses and shit. You know what I mean? Until they see like what's in front of them, like you can't really change a person.
Yeah.
100%. We were literally just saying that. Like, the first like step to change in anything is like yourself. You need to change like yourself. You need to like notice these things and want to change, or else like forcing someone to change or like making someone make a decision. Like it'll never work out.
Ron, what's one thing in your life where you feel like you had a huge transitional phase that you had to go through, and like how did you overcome it afterwards?
I guess like starting at the new company, like when I first got laid off, like it's the first time I've ever been like, I guess like fired. It wasn't fired though. Like it's not something I did wrong. It's just a construction layoff. Like it's just like.
But did you feel like fuck? Like
I did feel like shit. Obviously, I was like unemployed and like we had the house to worry about. So I was like, fuck, like I can't just ride it, you know? Like I applied for like unemployment right away, but like again, stars just aligned. You know, I didn't even try to find the job. Had a buddy message me saying like, yo, you got laid off. Like, you want a job? And I was like, all right, I think it's the industry I like. It was meant to be. I didn't even try to find it. I got hired 3 days later. I was off for 3 days.
Yeah.
It was just a week vacation.
Good break.
But I think that like I think that Rome's like personality, I don't want to assume. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that.
What?
I was going to say like, I think like your personality is different than most like construction workers or people in like, maybe not all construction workers, not that you're a construction worker, you're an electrician, but like just people in the trades. Like there's like not many people that are like genuinely like nice and caring when you're like relaying information. Like the other day he was like, there's someone who made a mistake and like I need to like tell them. And I was like, okay, so tell them in like a nice way. And like you did, like you like approach this person with like kindness and stuff. And that's not always how you have been treated. So I feel like this shows you like, I don't know, I feel like you're a good example for like you can like relay information and be nice and still be yourself in the workplace. You know what I mean? I think that in the past, like this is just my observation, but you felt like that you couldn't be yourself in the workplace. Like you had to either like be more aggressive or just like be completely quiet fully and just like
more
take
like
shit.
Obedient and just exactly.
Just take
so just like listen.
I'm glad that you're realizing, I guess too now that like you can be yourself in this workplace and people probably respect you even more for it.
I guess it comes more with like age, right? Like I started just realizing like, why am I just gonna be this like guy that's just like afraid to speak up or like just not like, where's that gonna get me in life? Just being like fucking meek and always like, okay, yeah. You know, like
that's so true.
Just speak how you feel, and like if someone doesn't like it or you're being rude about it, like it's different. But like if you're just saying something honestly and you're being nice about it, like
I do think
that's
that
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That also
You
goes
can't get
for
mad at it. Like
I do
it's
think that
just-
you need to try a couple things in life though, with anything, whether it's a job or like maybe a relationship. I don't know. But like, I think you need to try a couple of things in order to like really feel like you fit in somewhere. Cause where I am now, I would have never thought I'd be in terms of job. Like people are so nice and fucking respectful and just like encouraging and like want you to like to succeed. And I hadn't really felt that much, you know? So it's like, I think same with you, like you haven't felt what you felt now at your current job, just being able to be open in yourself. So I think, I think you need to go through a couple rough ones before you.
For sure.
Saying about like failing before you succeed is like really true too.
Yeah.
Like even at my last job, like the money that you made was like fucking insane, you know? Like there was sign up bonuses and like all the commission and shit. Like my first day, I made like $850 commission off a sale, right? And like the money part of it was amazing, but every lunch I was like to Fran, like, dude, like I like literally every lunch I would call her and be like, yo, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, like whatever. Like, cause I just felt like a fucking, you too. And I just felt like an ant, like such a like unimportant like piece of shit part of this company. Like, literally a number. Like I made these people money that made them happy, and like that was it. That was like, you know what I mean?
That was the end of the relationship.
Versus like, and like I knew like two people on a personal level, you know, like whatever. Now like this job, I feel like genuinely, it sounds corny, but like this is like my family. Like I know everyone. I check up on everyone to make sure like they had a good morning, like see how they're doing. Yeah. What are they doing this weekend? Whatever. Like and like one like talking about how like one person can change like a culture. Like like people were kind of like there was like 2-3 people who were like outliers, but like a lot of people were like kind of shy. They wouldn't like go up to people, say hi, like whatever. Little things. Like I just started like every morning I would dap like everyone and just say like, yo, what's up? Every time I would leave, I would say like, yo, what's up? And now like I've noticed like around the office, like everyone's like versus just like signing out at 5 o'clock. Now like people are like just like leaving, saying like, yo, goodbye, like see you tomorrow.
Just got the head shake
I'm
going
like, oh
on.
shit, like you know, like I definitely like changed like that little.
That's something that I have to work on myself when I'm in office, because I am a shy person. Like I'll have like my few people I talk to, and I won't branch out, not because I don't want to, it's because I'm very, you have to kind of open up my shell for me to be like, hey, what's up? But going back to like what you said about like making yourself, like I even notice in our monthly meetings, I usually don't speak because like there's higher people up there. I'm the youngest one in the company, right? So I'm kind of like.
In the company?
Sorry, I think in the company.
You're not that young. How can you be the youngest?
I think I am. Maybe on the company, but on my team, on like the bigger team, I'm like the youngest one in the team. And like everyone knows I'm like just starting off my corporate career kind of thing, right? But I noticed even like in the last meeting, like I asked questions. Like I was asking questions. I was saying my strategies to like our president of marketing, whatever. And then after the meeting, I was like, wait, that actually felt good to like voice myself and not just be there like, should I say it? Like, no, it's stupid. Like maybe they won't like my idea.
The voice in your head is evil, bro.
Literally. And then once I was like, shut the fuck up. Like I'm asking my question. They're like, great point. Like that was a really great point. I'm like, you know what? Like that's how it should be. And like you said, like in every aspect of your life, you shouldn't let that fucking voice in your head be like, don't ask that question. Like it's stupid. You know? Like
I also think that you have to like lead with confidence when you're talking to people, whether you're at work or like when me and Fran have our own clients outside of work with whatever we're doing. I think even if you feel like you don't know what you're talking about, just act like you know what you're talking about. That's what I do a lot.
I think it's imposter syndrome, though.
I think it is imposter syndrome.
What?
Just funny name.
I know it is.
Yeah, no, it is a funny name. It's a voice in your head. Imposter syndrome. Like I still work in marketing, but for tech. So it's like, I'm not techie. Like I don't fucking know. So like when we're talking about tech things, I'm just like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, okay, let me just ask. Let me just like give my opinion. And they're always so encouraging. They're like, oh my God, yes, like that's good. And then I like get off the call. I'm like, wow, like maybe I'm actually smart.
You're going with your gut, you know? Even if you don't know what you're saying, people acknowledge that. The average person who's actually genuine and like smart, and not smart, but like just a genuine, nice person, if you're like trying to talk about something, no one's gonna be like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
I think the worst.
No one's gonna say
people
that.
like appreciate that
I was
too.
gonna say that.
Like, versus you making like a fucking mistake that would like, you know,
be detrimental.
Yeah.
Or on the flip side, if you're somebody who is like cocky about it, like a know-it-all, and really you're wrong, that's even worse. Because I know people like that. They just like insert themselves. And it's like,
you mean this?
Yeah.
Actually, that is a wrong term.
Yeah, 4 eyes. Fuck off.
Anyways, yeah, that was my little spiel. I thought that you were a good example though, because you were like very transitional phase.
I want to talk about something that has ruffled a couple feathers over on Instagram, on one of our Instagram reels. You see that guy said to you?
Well,
C-word, he calls it C-word. Rude.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, really? You dropped the C?
Yeah, some people on our fucking reels are rude AF. Like, and it's we've talked about this before.
Damn.
It's always men. They see women giving an opinion, and it's very much men who are like, you can tell they're controlling of their girlfriends that are commenting, and they'll comment things like, "Who are you to know what you were talking about?" C-word. This guy literally said that.
It's like, dude, it's a 30-second
Or like,
clip.
think he called me.
He did.
Call me that? From where do you bring so much knowledge? C-word.
This was the convo that we were having. Okay. We were talking about, should you feel like you need to tell your significant other absolutely every single thing about your past? Like everything.
This hits home with me and Fran though, because I told you, we've had our
I think it's definitely important
but
to
so
clear
have
that
we.
up.
Like, I think every single person, like every single relationship goes through a phase where it's like, oh, but like you didn't tell me that part. And then the other person's like, I didn't think I had to tell you that.
And that's what I was saying.
Hold on, let me finish my thought.
Okay.
Or like the one person says something about like, or brings something up maybe casually about their past. And then that person's like, wait, you never told me that before. And then you're like, oh, wait, I didn't know that like it's just coming up now. And that's always like a cause of friction, I think, in any relationship until you come to the point where you're like, okay, this is exactly what I want to know. And this is why I want to know it. You know what I mean? So that's what we were talking about. We're like, should you feel like you need to tell them absolutely everything? Where's like the boundary? Where's the line? And people online were like,
what I was
this
saying,
is your fucking excuse to like hook up with people in college and not like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, no.
It's case by case.
Yeah.
Like people, different people react differently. There's someone who wouldn't want to, doesn't care at all.
Yeah.
To know. And like there's two parts of that too. There's someone who doesn't care to know because they're scared, and there's someone that doesn't care to know because they genuinely don't care.
Don't care. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's other people who have like had their own shit that's happened in their past, maybe been hurt, like whatever, and just would rather get it out the way and know, like, you know what I mean?
And that's why we wanted a guy's perspective too, because like these are all men that were commenting this, basically saying that we're like,
well, someone said, I assume that then women would use the excuse as an excuse to hide the 300 men they've hooked up with. And I was like, well, is that something that you would like to know? If yes, then communicate that. If not, then like you have to create that space where it's like, do you want to know 200 people or do you not care? And some people would say, yeah, I do want to know 200 people. Some people would say, no, you know what, I don't care. So you have to establish that. It's not that like, that's why I was saying in the clip, like things that are relevant to your relationship or what to your partner wants to know. But people don't watch the whole episode and then they call me.
Well, I just think that also like you aren't just gonna randomly be like, hey, yeah, by the way, I hooked up with all these people. If like it's just like not even a conversation.
Yo, by the way.
And it's not even about that though. And like it's just crazy to think that all these people commenting on this were talking about your past only about like hookups. Like there's other things that happened in your past. I'm talking about just trauma in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, or even like a healing journey. What if the person that like whatever you when you met, before you met Sam, you were this person that you were kind of ashamed of, but you did the work. I'm not saying in the past sexually. I'm just saying like the person that you were. You know what I mean? You were somebody that you didn't maybe like to present that in a relationship, and you did the work to change that, or something that really traumatic happened to you that maybe you don't feel comfortable saying it to Sam, or you don't feel comfortable bringing it up to yourself because you felt, I've already healed that part within myself. I don't feel like it's necessary to bring what that from the past caused me that trauma into my new relationship. And that's what
I've done that. Like when we were younger, when we were dating, like I brought shit that's happened to me into our relationship, but I didn't actually tell him like why I was doing these things. I would just like act out in a certain way.
Behaviors.
And like, it was like my behaviors. And he would be like, what the fuck are you like? Why are you acting like this? And then I kind of would like realize why, but I didn't blatantly tell him I'm acting this way because this is what happened to me. Like I didn't do that because like, first of all, he didn't really ask. And second of all, I just didn't feel like that was relevant to our relationship. Yeah. I just did the work to change myself because I wanted it to work with him. And I knew that my behaviors going forward like that weren't going to work. Yeah. So I changed and that's it. It's not just about telling your boyfriend how many guys you hooked up with. Like, cool, do that. But there's more than that. You know what I mean? Like
so much more. Yeah.
Substance would be like being addicted to something. Like,
but
like,
someone, but it blew my mind how because I think they see a woman talking about it, they assume that I meant like, oh, like it's and they're all like, oh.
And me personally, like if you want,
these are just like immature people, all right?
It's
like,
all men. It's not old
like,
men. It's old white men all the time. Or
just sexualizing you. They just think like all your past is fucking filled with is like sexual stuff, like just hookups and shit. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I imagine like these internet people are? Like, you know the South Park episode? Talking about like World of Warcraft players? So bad.
Those
They like,
greasy
live in their
guys,
mom's
man.
basement and like shit at their
and they're
chair
like
and they
this.
come bring a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Where's the meatloaf?
I personally, like, in case anyone cares, I wouldn't want to know every single thing. That's just me. But I know that, like, there's other people who want to know every single thing that's happened in someone's past.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, that's just me.
I think we struggle with that a little bit. Like I was the one who was like, it's fine. And then you were the one who was kind of like, let's know about it. And I was kind of like, oh, like whatever. But once you say it and it's out there, like then it creates that safe space. But I'm saying there should be boundaries. If someone really doesn't want to go there, like you shouldn't push to go there if it means that they feel uncomfortable about it. But
again, I just want to clarify that that whole convo wasn't just related to people that like a person has hooked up with or been with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
another
just-
question. Why are men not okay with their girls doing OnlyFans or porn, but men watch OnlyFans or porn?
Kidding.
Okay, well, I don't know. Just one thing I see with that is like you like if you're doing OnlyFans, you're like putting yourself on display.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? Like you're like selling your body.
Okay.
You're literally like putting your own self on display
Okay.
versus like a man watching porn is kind of just like him doing his thing in the dark. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like
It's
I
kind of
don't know.
hypocritical. a little
No,
bit.
okay, I get it. And I'm not like picking a side here. I'm just saying like how I feel. I mean, like this is now like 10,000 horny kids on the internet seeing your body versus a man doing his thing in a bathroom.
And we need to keep in mind porn is free. Okay? OnlyFans subscription, like that is a whole different level of
So would you
of
think it's
something,
effed up if a guy doesn't want their girl to do OnlyFans, but then is paying for another girl's OnlyFans?
I
That'd be
think
kinda
paying
weird.
for an OnlyFans is kind of weird. Yeah,
That'd be
like,
kind of weird.
I don't like. I think it's just as weird as having the OnlyFans. Like you're just gonna pay for it too.
I think that's worse.
Yeah. Like you're paying.
Like, why
Yeah,
are
that
you
is
paying to
weird.
see this
That's
person?
Why porn is free? That's what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
you guys,
It's just
you
like
guys get
meaningless.
answers from like,
It's
oh my
free.
god,
It's
no,
like
and you know,
fucking-
they're like,
Yeah, they're
that's
like,
weird.
yeah,
Like,
I
I
can
don't
see
know.
both like sides kind of like, you know, like
wait,
and
there's no
what is-
side though
what is
there. Like you
OnlyFans-
shouldn't be paying for another girl's OnlyFans. Let me
No,
make that
No, no,
clear.
no, no.
100%.
We're
No.
talking, I'm going back to like porn and
No.
stuff.
Yeah,
like,
no.
like what?
No, I know. But I'm just saying,
What?
like,
There's
Okay.
like it took a wrong turn here. We're
Anyways,
Yeah,
Like, just
about
on
something
a
else.
lighter note to like wrap up, I have some I don't get it. So these are just like random things that come up in life that I just don't get.
Mhm.
Okay. Number one.
hey, look at your phone for a second.
Why?
Let me just look at it.
You know when like you see people at the gym or like just anywhere and like you smile at them,
Mhm.
but you go like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the mirror at the gym the other day and like someone walked by me I knew and I was like, and I saw myself do it and I was like, ew. Like, why did I just do that? Like, why don't I do my real smile at them? Why am I like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like so embarrassed. And then I realized I'm like, I do that all the time. I saw your mom and
That's
your
when
aunt at the
something's
gym. I'm pretty
amiss.
sure I
Yeah.
did that to them. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like so
a
embarrassing, like-
Default reaction.
Yeah, it's like-
yeah, it's like, why do people do that? So
Like the
that's
bot reaction.
I'm kind of different. Like when I'm at the gym, Fran would know I'm just like the most social person.
Yeah.
I'm like
type
the
thing.
opposite. I'm like
Me too.
It's
anti.
like there I have my days obviously where like I'm just headphones on, blasting. Even if someone comes up to me, I'm like, you know, like
Yeah.
don't even bother to take them out and be like, what did you say? Like I have those days too, but there's other days where like I'll just go around, like I'll see a guy struggling, I'll go spot him and be like, hey man, like good job. You almost did it, you know?
Yeah, you
No,
fired
One
him up.
away. That was all you. You know, like, and Fran even knows I have a funny story. Like, I have like a gym idol. It's like this D's, like 50, 60-year-old guy,
Is he always there?
always there. And we're always there. Like, I always go at 12 o'clock, so I see the same people every day type thing. And I'll go up to everyone and just like start a conversation with this guy I was like
Yeah.
fucking terrified of. Like, you know, just being around him, I was like, ugh, like shaking and shit. And on Friday, like I finished on a machine and I was walking by him and he like pointed at me. And I saw him like saying something because my fucking earphones were blasting. And I literally just like looked at him and froze. I'm like slowly like took it out. He's like, yo, I like your shirt. Like Muhammad Ali, like said some shit. I'm like, holy fuck. Okay, true. This guy's a normal person. Like, you know what I mean? But
Not all muscle.
yeah.
No, just a
But-
big fucking muscle.
He's like
on
an
his
older
brain.
guy that's jacked.
Yeah. Dude ripped. Like he's just like so big. And like the thing that I found interesting is like he does everything so slow and like lightweight, but he's fucking like every vein in his arm is
Really?
popping out like he's yoked. So I was like, I've been like into this guy seems like an anomaly. Like I've been interested, like copying like certain workouts and shit.
Just start watching.
Sometimes the lightweights and the long reps are the way to go.
But yeah, no, I see. Like I know what you're saying. Like even on the street, like even if you were walking your dog, like you'd see someone you've known for fucking 10 years and just be like,
why don't you actually do your like smile?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like you do that though. You do.
He randomly smiles.
Yeah. You smile all the time.
I feel like obligated to like speak to people that even if I've met them like
sometimes
one time.
You sometimes I'll be like in a horrible mood and like Francis will like sees people. I'm like, hey, how are? I'm like, oh, like really? You have to like speak to this people.
But look, now I feel like that's changed a part of you. Like, look at you asking questions now in your big meeting. Like, I feel like that's not something that you would normally do.
I guess.
I feel
it's
like
opening you to like the conversation, right?
And then it made you feel like good after, you know, you're like, holy shit, this isn't that scary. This isn't that bad to ask questions. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
You know, you guys know about the smile theory?
No.
Not the smile, like the stupid smile, but like the actual, like not even like smiling that big, but like smiling from the inside of your mouth, okay? Mm-hmm. Which is like, it basically just like don't smile right now, but like think about smiling.
It literally makes me smile.
Do it.
It literally makes me smile thinking about smiling.
Think about smiling. It kind of makes you have like a natural like brightness, okay? So it's a smile theory. And you basically walk around wherever you are in a public space. You walk around wherever you are and you do this like inner smile in your head. You think about smiling and you naturally brighten up and people are naturally attracted to you. Like if you were single and you did that, like you would pick up so many people because like you're naturally attracting these people. Or if you're in a workplace, you're at a big work event and you're doing that, like people are coming up to you, they're talking to you, they're like gravitating towards you.
You give off a look that like, hey, this an approachable look, right? If you're sitting there like fucking
you're not just gonna go to the, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah, you look fucking upset, man.
I literally need to actively work on that because my RBF is fucking crazy.
RBF
like
too.
I need to start
RBF is not a good look, man. I'm telling you. Like just looking like somebody who is happy outside of what they're doing, it just genuinely attracts happiness, right? Like it attracts like good things, good people, good vibes, good energy. It's like all one.
Yep.
It's just like
I was thinking of something, and recently I was at my desk. Like I have my desk and then I have like my mirror and I realized I was literally like this. And I look in the mirror, I was like, what the fuck is that angle?
Yesterday, I was watching you work and it was actually scary.
I have a really bad
this was the computer.
Oh my God.
If this is the computer, something happened. She was like, oh. And she was like this. And her mouth was open at the screen. Like she was just like, I'm like, oh my God.
It's so unattractive. Like I hope at work I don't look like I'm like, I literally look in the mirror, I was like, ew, I was so humbled. I was like, but anyways, that was my I don't get it. If anyone else has an I don't get it.
I
probably do, but I have to think about it a little bit.
Another really quick one relating to the gym, at least at my gym, when your earphones are on or just in general and you're like walking out and the people at the front say bye to you, but they don't like say it loud. They're like, bye, take care. And you're like,
it's just probably just habit.
And you're like, yeah, but then I feel rude because like, it's like, obviously you're talking to me. There's no one else there, but they're like, bye, take care.
And you're like, hey, bye.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait, why can't you just say it a little bit louder?
I'm different. See, like I know everyone works at the front desk, and every time I leave, like if it's a Friday, I'll be like, yo, have a good weekend, guys. I'll actually give them a handshake. Every time I walk in, I'm like, hey, how's it going?
Friend like works there.
Not really works there, but I just like, I don't know. Someone told me this like time ago and just said like people are our currency, and it kind of like changed my mind. Like, dude, all this material shit, money, like all this shit means nothing. Like, boil all that shit. Like, there was a fucking apocalypse one day. Like, money would not mean a fucking thing in the world. And all we would have left is like the people that are beside us. And I don't know, just kind of changed the way
I would love to be beside you because you have a lot of friends and people that love you. So Roman, I would just stick by
naturally like goes by that like random thing. But like he was playing Valorant the other day and he told someone they did a good job. And he's like, yo, like stop riding my dick, man. And Roman's just like, okay, dude, like why are you having a bad day? Like I'm just gonna mute you. And I'm like, see, if that was me, I would have been banned off the game for a week. I would have said some fucked up shit. You told
someone they did a good job and he was basically like, why are you kissing my ass?
Yeah, like actually.
I said good job and he literally said, yo, stop riding my dick, pussy. Like, you're so weird. Like, all this shit. Yeah. I was like, all right, buddy, mute it.
I'm gonna kill that guy.
Yeah, versus me, I was like, yo, like, I would like have I would light on fire, you know?
Well, how about when we were watching Jinxie and he was facing that like guy who's like, I'm a bronze, but I think I could be a plat. Everyone was like, oh, you suck. And then he like faced Jinxie and he lost. Me and Fran messaged him. I
messaged him after. I'm like, yo,
good
like
job,
me and my
dude.
girlfriend were fucking rooting for you. Like, good try, man. He's like, yo, my bad for like letting you down. Like I tried. I'm like, it's all good. Like, good try.
Yeah, see, like that guy just got happy,
encourage each other. It's because people have this like weird sense of like competition. Like they need to be the best, but like there's room for everybody. Like
Nah,
if
that
you
guy
just
was
think,
probably like
But
19.
I feel like that's a new
thought he
thing.
was sick. Like
I
the
know.
world wasn't always that way. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
I know.
internet, social media, like just
100%.
like fucked with people. Like people can live a completely like someone would not like that person, for example, like imagine this was like a live speech you were doing in front of people, your last podcast where someone called you the C word.
Yeah.
If you were saying this live, like in front of a group of people, that person would not stand up and be like, yo, like you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like you're a
Yeah.
C word. They wouldn't do that. But
Never.
because their
Never.
face is hidden and they're an anonymous person on the internet, they feel like they can do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
yeah,
internet changed people. Like it sucks.
I don't know. I'm definitely like we say
It
like
brings out like the worst in some people. Like
Yeah.
they think they're just like, well, I wouldn't say this, but I'm going to because like
I was
fucking-
there one time too. Like, you
Yeah,
know, like
like-
I would be that too, but like, yeah.
all right.
Sorry.
Well,
anyways.
thanks guys
Well,
for coming
thanks for coming
on.
on.
This has been a 50-minute episode. Wow.
That flew by. That
That-
felt like
Yeah.
10
It
minutes.
always flies by.
You know why? Because it was casual. I feel like we were just talking.
Yeah.
Like we were actually just talking about shit. Like
I
there was
looked
no
at that
like.
thing and it said 5 minutes at one point, and then I haven't looked at it since, and now I see it's 50. That's kind of crazy.
Really quick to end the episode on a good note, Roman asked me in the car, what's like one thing that like genuinely makes you feel blissful and happy? Just like one thing. Just spitfire it. Everyone say it. Go.
I don't. I
Food? Is it food? Or?
No, anything. Just a moment
really
or like
anything.
something that you do.
Going to my father's house and grandmother's house to spend Sunday with them.
Mine would be like when I have nothing to do and I'm sitting on the couch watching like Love Island or reality TV and like eating a snack. I feel
Yeah.
blissful.
I think that's like me too. And when I know like I've done what I should have done that day or something like that, like I just feel very like at peace. And like that's when I'm like most happy. Thing. Like
Ribeye steak?
I was gonna say the gym. Honestly, it's like changed my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
Yoga. Yes, yoga too. You're
yoga
right.
too, right? Like, see, I don't know. Like 12 o'clock every day is my favorite time of the day. Like I look forward to it every day, and it's just like
That's
I don't know,
really
it's
good
changed
because
me.
it also breaks up your day too.
Yeah,
right?
it
Like you
does.
have like so it doesn't feel like you're just working all day.
Yeah.
Good.
Come back
Yeah.
energized too. I need one less coffee a
and
day
you've
because
been firing me up to go to the gym.
Yeah,
Then
see, like,
I've been
every
telling
day,
Sam like, dude,
I'll
I'm
get
gonna
back
start
from the
going,
gym and be
bro.
like, Rome, trust me, you gotta do this shit. I feel like I'm all
And
fucking.
he agreed
like-
to come to Movati.
Really?
sick.
Yeah, because she
I gotta
convinced
come there,
me.
man. I gotta
Friends,
cancel.
you
No,
would
I'm
lo-
canceling
okay,
because
let's
my
just
I
wrap this up
honestly
first.
didn't want to go,
Thank
but
you
she
guys
convinced
for
me that no one
watching,
really goes there. So I was like,
and
okay, like I'll
We're
go
wrapping
for a
it up.
bit.
Otherwise, we'll keep talking. Okay,
Okay, bye.
bye-bye.